Michael Cohen's story is a cautionary tale of a man without a moral core, a beta queen, a narcissist, like the golden idol whom he revered, served, and who eventually turned on, hounded, and jailed him. Michael believes in submission because he has no center, no temple of higher ideals that he believes in. He can give in to authority and rationalize his actions. He is an empty man. You can see he is an empty coat on his podcast. All the air has gone out of him. This is a story of what not to do. And this is why we need to share this story. Hi, I am David Steinman, host of the Heartland podcast, author of Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins, and chief officer of the Healthy Living Foundation. Michael Cohen, the former fixer for the Orange Blob, now occupying the presidency, is losing subscribers by the thousands, dropping from around 550,000 to about 492,000. That is because ever since the Epstein files came out, Michael has failed to respond to what should have been a molehill, instead turning it into a mountain of deceit. Midas Touch cut him off and stopped airing this political beatdown and mea culpa podcasts. Midas Touch did that because their leaders have a moral core. You know where they stand. With Michael, he never clarified what his involvement was with the Rule 35 that he offered the FBI. He finally said it was a big nothing burger, that he really didn't have anything. And he also shrugged off the Jane Doe case that came to him regarding Trump and child abuse and rape and those kinds of things. He never addressed it clearly. He could have just said, this is what was involved. This is the mistake I made in believing Trump when he said it was BS, because we know now Trump is heavily implicated in the Epstein files. But instead, for some reason, Michael turned on the people questioning him. And then people discovered he really wanted to go over to the other side. People know Cohen is a fake, the fact that he has no moral core. What's more, his podcast these days lacks informed primary sources, and he gets the news just like the rest of us. So Michael has, for the most part, moved to pure commentary. But what do the words of a commentator mean when you know he is a broken man who stands for nothing in particular other than his own financial gain? I don't think he loves America. He may think he does, but he isn't a coherent man and can't possibly initiate the rock. For Michael, he wants back in with MAGA to get those big money deals like he had when he was the president's personal attorney. He said so on a recent podcast. I still watch them occasionally, but mainly now to see how low his subscriber count will go. Recently, Michael went on the Patrick Bet David podcast to speak directly to the Orange Blob, since he knows the Orange Blob watches the show. He told the Orange Blob he never really wanted to testify. He just wanted someone to reach out and hug him. He could have taken a hit like the others have if he had known he would be taken care of later. He made it clear that he wanted to return to the fold, to MAGA, that immoral darkness surrounding the nation. Recently, I listened to Mea Culpa. He sat down with Jeffrey Sonnenfeld, Senior Associate Dean at Yale School of Management, founder of the Chief Executive Leadership Institute, and author of the forthcoming book, Trump's 10 Commandments, to examine Donald Trump's leadership style through the lens of corporate power and institutional behavior. Cohen had just been invited by Sonnenfeld to speak to leaders of 700 institutions of higher learning across America about how to handle the Orange Blob's attacks on their freedoms and diversity that academic institutions should be able to enjoy under our Constitution. I was shocked, but I shouldn't have been, as Cohen recommended capitulation. My God, yes, he did. Cohen restated his fundamental position: capitulation. He literally told the 700 leaders of the nation's most prestigious and important academic institutions that if Trump came after them, they should give in and accept his deal. He gave his reasoning and basically said that if you don't, he will increase his demand from, say, 200 million to 500 million. It only gets worse. He's so stupid. Because really, once institutions stood up to the blob, they won. That's what Sonnenfeld argued. The only ones who suffered were those who followed Cohen's advice and capitulated. I include my own Columbia University. It made me really sad. My daughter was attending graduate school during this period there. I attended Columbia. My family has been professors there, gone to law school there, and they capitulate. I mean, this man makes wrong turns. Don't follow him. The Orange Blob governs through intimidation and retaliation. He's unable to accept loss. That's what Cohen says. So then he adds, so just give in. This man We listened to him. Well, how many years since that he turned to the good side? 5 years, something like that, 6 years. Michael's show notes ask whether appeasement by universities, corporations, and civic institutions accelerates democratic erosion, risks normalizing coercion, and whether collective resistance remains one of the most effective counterweights to the abuse of power. Yes, they do, Michael. Yes, they do. His own case shows, though, that standing up to the bully works. You don't hear of Trump going after institutions of higher education anymore. They stood up to him. But Cohen advocates submission to the orange blob. He doesn't know what this fight is about. Michael Cohen gets it wrong fundamentally as a commentator because he doesn't have any kind of firm footing in what is good and unshakable. He's very malleable. On a personal level, your shopping, lifestyle, health choices really do matter. Making smart shopping choices is the only way to both stay healthy, improve the health of all people, and it gets you on the road to activism. Because once you start caring about your health, like buying organic foods, you'll start asking, what else can I make organic? Why isn't there more organic? Why are there so many chemicals that I'm being exposed to causing cancer? Why do people lie about it? Well, I wrote Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins as the chief officer of the Healthy Living Foundation, where we take on corporate chemical polluters who put hidden chemical toxins in your foods and don't disclose them. We take them on a daily basis. I wrote the book revealing some of our major cases involving carbaryl and olive oil and baby products, shampoos, seafood. They're all in my book, Raising Healthy Kids, Protecting Your Children from Hidden Chemical Toxins. You can get it at Amazon.com. Use the link in this post. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel at davidsteinman_author and get my newsletter at Substack at David William Stein. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay informed.